Oh guys, hello, it's Captain Alex Mason here, and today we're going to be doing a special Halloween episode. And what better way to do it than to, show it on the map, fog. So let's get into this. So basically there's little movie references around the map. I'm going to find them. Okay, so our first one, it says this map pays homage to many horror films and television series. The majority of the horror film and television series references and Easter eggs are inside and around the main cabin, most of them referencing the Evil Dead. None of these things have a way to interact with a player, nor do they do anything that affects the match that is being played. So the first one we're going to cover in is Evil Dead. So we're gonna go into the basement.
Team deathmatch. Time to work, Ghost Squad.
And apparently there's something down there. Ah, bats. Okay, so apparently they say, oh, it's right here, the mannequin with the skull. So apparently, tied to a post in the basement is a mannequin with a skull. This references the 2013 reboot where a possessed girl was tied to the post in the same position and burned in the very beginning. So again, referencing the Evil Dead. Since I don't see really a tie or anything. This map does give me the creeps, that's why I picked it. This, I think I know what this reference is. I could be wrong. But, okay, the next one. In the second floor room on the table, there is a tape recorder with a microphone. The one which Ash plays the tape and unwittingly summons the demons of the movie. So we're going to go back upstairs, go to the second floor. It said tape recorder. Ah, it's this. Okay, next reference. Outside the cabin across the well there is the shed from Evil Dead 2 where Ash's girlfriend was decapitated, but her head comes back to life and bites his hand. Ash then locks her in a vice to keep her from moving. On the wall is a chalk outline of a chainsaw which Ash used to kill the head and later attached to his arm. There is also a human skull locked in the vice and the workbench, which is referencing her head locked in the vice. So, I just gotta remember where that was. Yeah, it's over here. So there's a head locked in the vice. And then there's an outline of a chainsaw drawing right here. I gotta make sure you're still recording or not. Yeah, you are. Next one. The yellow car attached to the trailer is Ash's car from Army of Darkness. So, this car. I don't know if it's necessarily yellow. Oh, and you can't destroy it either. I don't know why, it's just not allowing. Okay, the breachable area is a reference to when the possessed girl from the film, or no, hang on, I read that wrong. And besides, this skips one. The bridge at the edge of the map with the metal beams bent up and inwards like hands is from Evil Dead 2. There is a truck on the other side which the movie characters could not reach. So I'm actually going to go into spectate mode so you can see that and figure out what I mean by that. So right here, they're all bent up, and then there's a truck over here. And as you can see, they can't make it across. I'm going to stay like this for a bit. Now I can say this one. The breachable area is a reference to when the possessed girl from the first film is locked up. So, you know, what with all the patched up, not patched up, but, you know, the locked spot in the room. Like, why it was locked up. Why can't I find it now? That's so bizarre. Well, you understood what I meant. Okay, next one. The ring. In the small cabin to the right of the pumpkin is a static, fuzzing TV with tapes under it. So I'm actually going to have to get back into the game and show you what I mean by that. So we got to go to the pumpkin, which is like over this way. I'm trying. I thought this was a shortcut, but it wasn't. Okay, so to the right of this pumpkin right here, it's in this room, I think. Yep. Static TV. Bunch of VHS tapes. Like anybody uses VHS tapes anymore. I doubt it. So that was a reference to The Ring. Now this next one is a reference to Friday the 13th. The building with the Emerald Lake with a bloody death written over it is a reference to the series Crystal. The series is Crystal Lake. So, but they gotta figure out where that was again. I think it was. Wasn't it over here? Yeah, right here. Emerald Lake, Death Marina, and boat rental. Okay, the cabins, trees, and lake located on this map resemble the Camp Crystal Lake in the series' main setting. So pretty much they said overall, like the trees around this area and like the lake itself all resemble like the series' Crystal Lake comparison. It's kind of creepy when you think about it. I never actually watched the movies. Okay. Scream, the series, or the TV series. The cobwebs are in the shape of the series' killer, or series kill. Oh God, I can't say that word. Serial killer's ghostly mask. Now this one I actually need to look up because I don't recall where they show it the best. Sorry, and looking at this video. We'll wait for it. So the next one, The Walking Dead. Dale's trailer is on the map, and his hat is sitting on the log by the campfire. So let's go back to the camp spot. So there's his hat. This is supposed to be his trailer, although his trailer isn't like this, it's an RV. Okay, so the next one. There is a reference to Lake Placid. The alligators in the lake are a homage, if that's even how you pronounce it, to the antagonists of the films. So, let's go to one of the locations. You can't actually see them. They take no bullet damage, by the way. And they're not in this location. Let's go look around. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go free mode. So that way it makes it easier for you to figure out what I'm talking about. So right here, alligators. Okay, so now I'm going to take a break. Okay, so, and there's another reference, but I don't know why, for some reason it's not in this. But this, I'm trusting this guy because he's a big horror movie buff when it comes to stuff. So we're going to go back to the main building. I'm trying to do this all before I have to do chores tonight, or today. So the next one is a reference to, like, the Chainsaw Massacre, according to this guy. Because of the fact that we have all this taxidermy and these strung up animals. He says looks like cats, and they're next to a padlocked door. And apparently, according to him, this is like the first time you see Leatherface. He comes to this. I don't know who he is, really. And then, apparently, according to him, this is a reference to a 1986 movie, Monkey Shines. I don't really know what it is, because I don't know, it looks like he's got a cigarette in his hand. It's a creepy monkey, that's for sure. Okay, so there is another reference in here, but it's not present in my version. But there is supposed to be like a security box down here, and apparently to him it's a reference to Cabin in the Woods. It's supposed to be behind this monkey, but I guess it's not in last gen models. I don't know exactly what console he's playing it on. Oh, so yeah, I was right. One of the cobwebs here does have a face. You can't see it real well in this one. I'm pretty sure there are other ones. Hopefully. Or am I in the wrong one? No, I was looking at the right one. So apparently, according to him, he says this is also a reference to Evil Dead 2, Red for Dawn, or whatever it was, which is one of the first like monsters that you fight in the movie. I don't know. I've never really watched it. And then this is from a French film which translates in English to High Tension. It's a slasher horror film, according to this source. I'm trying my best not to requote everything he says because I don't want to make it feel like I'm stealing this, but I'm also trying to figure these out myself. Plus it is Halloween, so I wanted to make this a special episode. This honestly reminds me of Facehuggers. I don't know why. So this, I know what this is kind of a reference to. It's kind of like a reference to, I forget what it was, Night of the Living Dead or something, but it was like a, I don't know if that's what it was, but it was something along that lines of the movie where basically this kid works at a taxidermist place or whatever, and they're selling, like, you know, bodies for people to use in college dissections and stuff. But then all of a sudden there was a chemical accident, and there was also a vat that these two people opened by accident, and the vat like poisoned them, and they're considered dead now, like, because their faces turned gray. But the zombies came out. It's kind of like, I don't know if I would necessarily classify it as a horror movie, because honestly I found it way too funny to actually take seriously. But for some reason, the only difference thing about this is that apparently the skeleton here looks like it's a predator skeleton, but I don't know, because it doesn't really look like a predator. Or maybe they were just hinting about it in the next DLC. Still trying to figure out. Go away, spiders. Hello, fancy man. Ghost Boaters. Oh, I think that was another one of my references, actually. Oh, there are tapes. The 3 tapes can be found next to the tape recorder, each labeled Ghost Boaters 3, which is supposed to be a reference to Ghostbusters. I have no idea what this thing is. Now, according to this guy, he may also believe that this is a reference to Hellraiser, where they summon demon spirits through a bloody mattress. I don't really know. Okay, now this one I can definitely tell you guys about because it's like the easiest one to really know. I gotta get back to the spot though. So obviously this would be either a reference, I think it's a reference to the movie The Ring, where, you know, if you watch the tape or whatever it was, there's that woman that comes out of the well, she died in there. And according to the other guy, there isn't one in our version, but for some reason he's got one, but there are, you know, shark jaws around here, and apparently there's supposed to be one right here, where Rob Schneider's character is supposed to be sitting around, and these look like tarot cards? No, these are playing cards. These are a deck of cards. Apparently, according to him, this is like where he said, sorry, he says, the shark is bigger than you think. Where he says that line, I don't know. Still looking. I want to look at that, because I think I missed a painting in there. Yeah, why is he carrying a knife? Is this supposed to be like a reference to like some kind of killer? It's almost the exact same type of knife as Michael Myers would use. Hey, is that bourbon? Oh, that's sad. I didn't notice that. I think, according to him, this may be the dog that, you know, breaks in, like, digs itself in here and then dies. So apparently there's another reference here, but it's not in our version, but there's supposed to be like some like schematics here. He says it's something from like, I don't know, Cabin in the Woods, or maybe I didn't hear him correctly, but honestly, from what I'm looking in this video, I'll show you what I mean. In this video, I can't, you probably can't see it real well, but I'm trying. Yeah, I'll just probably send you a link, but to me it looks like a Stargate from like Stargate Infinity and all that stuff. I'm still kind of looking at what he's looking at. Hang on, I'm not trying to make this as long as I wanted to. I didn't even notice that before. That's kind of creepy. So another thing, according to our source, due to what the branches look like, he believes that these may be a direct reference to Evil Dead's rape trees. I don't know if you guys have seen the Evil Dead. I never have watched any of them. But from what I can guess is that these trees come to life and they rape its victims. I don't know.
Moving on, there wasn't a whole lot of burning here in the woodland section. There is a burning truck crashed into a pile. No bodies or anything inside of this burning building. I don't believe that there are any significance to this burning building, nor is there anything inside of it. However, there is this bridge over here, and this is the bridge from the
Yeah, I'm gonna go that way myself.
way it's supposed to be like a water flow, like a rock slide that's
Now this is kind of weird. Why is it technical here? Like, it's a burning truck, but it's got an M2 Browning machine gun attached to it. Oh, and I don't take any damage from this, but when I step in the middle of the campfire, I take a lot of damage, like, you know, burn damage. And I wonder what this bird's house is here for. Oh, another sort of face. You can kind of see it. Another face. Oh, so apparently, let's try and find our way to that hole. So apparently there are ghosts that go through here, and of course there's an extinction pod over there. If you shoot it, all the bats fly out. Kind of like Batman. I don't know why it reminds me of Batman. Now I'm going to test something. I don't know if you see it in this current version, but apparently there are ghosts that go through this hole. Apparently you can see the ghosts like fly around into this hole. I think that's only next gen version, when they come in and out through this area down into this hole. Next we have the most disturbing part, in my opinion. We have this little pentagram and this little satanic ritual, and there's a lot of blood, and then of course the goat, scapegoat maybe, I don't know, but it's really kind of a sacrilegious thing. I wouldn't recommend doing this sort of stuff, because it's just disturbing and people will think there's something wrong with you. It's kind of creepy though. Let's see what else. So we're gonna go this way. This is the other entrance, and there's a ghost. This is a much better look of the screen mask. It still creeps me out. So, according to the guy, he thinks that this is a reference to Halloween 3, Revenge of the Witch, or whatever it was. It's the only Halloween movie not to feature Michael Myers. However, I believe that this jack-o'-lantern is supposed to be a reference to this series itself, not just one movie. But, I don't know. Depends on how you interpret the situation. It's really creepy though, this map. Like, I don't know why, but when I feel like I'm the only one playing it, it gives me the chills. Especially when, you know, you're just surrounded by all this. I would never go into a place like this in real life alone. Because horror movie 101, you never go alone in anywhere. You never split up. You know, basically what the characters in Scream sum up when they're drinking. They're like, don't go to the blah, that sort of stuff.
It could also be something like an enforcement or any sort of necessary thing to help continue to make sure that they come down off of the but there's not a lot going on in this swamp. I checked these cabins, they're empty, I can't see much into them. But there is some stuff going on in this room. So again,
I'm going to try going into spectator mode again, because I do want to see what's inside some of these cabins. Okay, well this one's empty. Oh, really? Oh, look at that now. So apparently, in the movie The Ring, there's that Asian schoolgirl. There's a picture of her. You can't see it real well. Yeah, you really can't see it that well. But you can kind of make out, like right here. If I were to brighten this image up for you, I don't know if I can. But apparently, there's like a picture of her, like doing something with her hair, kind of putting both her hands up and kind of braiding it. I don't know. Again, I wish I could kind of, well, yeah, I guess I could. Let me try something here. Apparently this may be another reference to the movie Ring. I've only seen bits and parts of the movie Ring, and I actually think it is a pretty horrifying movie. However, you wouldn't catch me dead watching this. There's another bloody picture. Oh, and according to the guy, he also may believe that this is also like the static TV, maybe another reference to the Poltergeist movie. Not the newer one, but the original. I don't know. It could also be a reference to VHS, according to the guy. I still can't believe. Ooh, I actually want to go over there now. Hang on. So apparently, this building itself may be another reference to Friday the 13th. I'm guessing, due to what we have, the bunk beds. A little looks like a desk. We got these old pictures of people. Let's see what he says. So yeah, apparently, I never knew this, but Kevin Bacon was in the first movie, and of course they had his character die. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, maybe.
So there's definitely some other action Easter eggs that I haven't missed, but those should be all the movie references, and I hope you enjoyed this commentary. I watch a lot of scary movies. It's not something that
So
I
apparently that's
it's not something that a lot of people
about it. There might be, I think there's a cornfield around here.
enjoy learning about.
Ah, yes there is.
That's kind of how it is. I'm running out of things to say here at the end of the episode, so I'm just going to say, you're out.
Oh, now this is an Easter egg. Alright, so, and this is weird about it too, because this is this is an actual US Army urban, like, digital camo. But look at what it says on the side. I don't know if you can see it real well. I've, like, completely zoomed into it. It is saying Shepard, as in Lieutenant General Shepard from Modern Warfare 2. And to even confirm it even more, this says US Army. I'm trying to, there, US Army. So, yeah, somebody told me there was a scarecrow around here that actually showed him, but I could never find it. I thought, oh, it's in a cornfield, and, like, I looked around and was like, yeah, there's no cornfield. Or not one that I could easily find. Eventually did. This place still gives me the creeps. Yeah, I would never want to be here in real life. I would pack my bags and leave. This does not look very pleasant. Oh, hello, corpse. Like, can you imagine somebody actually living in this place? I wouldn't. I wouldn't even want to come here. So I did show you the screen mask. What's that over there? Oh, I think this is actually a direct reference to Jaws, because it kind of reminds me of the boat, you know, where they're, you know, the crew's like on the boat, and then all of a sudden they see the shark and like, we're gonna need a bigger boat. Maybe. I mean, it would make sense. I mean, we had shark jaws all over the map. But yeah, again, I would not be here in real life. I think these pictures are an actual reference to an actual crime, because I was watching like this, I don't know what they're called, Ghost Hunters series. It's a Discovery Channel thing, but they went to this one place, I think it was in Ohio, where they went into this haunted like homestead that people lived in, where this lady, she killed her own like father on his own, like on his like lounge chair or something. Not lounge chair, couch. It was really creepy. But yeah, that's it. Before I sign off, I want to say Happy Halloween, guys. I did not try to make this as long as it ended up being. But you know, sometimes that's just the way the road goes. And if you will excuse me now, I am going to end it, so I can do the rest of my stuff. So yeah. Nope, and the phone rings. It probably is going to tell me I only have 7 days to live because I looked at the tapes. I'm just kidding. Alright. I'm Captain Alex Mason, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!